Welcome back. We're hanging out with Coby Bailey, Captain Coby's Cajun Cooking. Thanks so much for being here with us.
Thank y'all for having me.
I got the gloves out.
I said we're ready to roll.
We are ready to rock and roll. What's the spread looking like for us today?
So like a big tradition every year for 4th of July is popping fireworks, obviously, but I think everybody barbecues. That's the big deal. So I just came out with a brand new Cajun barbecue rub, right? So we're gonna try that out today. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these things seasoned up, and we'll show you how to season it up. And then I'll get y'all to help me out, and then we'll put them on a pit, and then we're gonna eat a little bit later when it's all said and done.
I'm excited. So what cuts of meats do you have right here?
Right here I have 2 pork steaks and I have some ribs. It's kind of like a St. Louis style rib.
Okay.
It's the meatier side of the rib. It's good. Okay. I think everybody kind of likes that. So if y'all want to help me out, we'll kind of get this going.
What do you need us to do?
So what I do is, what I like to do, first thing I like to do is start off with a binder, and I just use mustard.
Why mustard? I've heard, does mustard really do something a little
Mustard
special?
is a tenderizer.
Okay.
It really does help tenderize your meat, and honestly, when you cook with it, because a lot of people say, I don't like mustard, but when you cook with it, it's phenomenal. It's really made out of herbs and spices anyway. It's not like some kind of mayo or anything like that. So let's get this up.
Do you measure this with your heart?
That's how we do it. We just measure it like this with your eye.
With your eye, okay. I love that.
There we go.
Do you want to get both sides when you do this?
We do. So we're going to start with this side first. So go ahead and...
I got the gloves on.
She gets to massage the meat.
I took one for the team because Adam has sleeves.
Yeah,
so
I have it.
We gotta...
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll let you season it up real good. And
there we go.
One thing about the rub right here, it's fantastic. It's a sweet heat. So a lot of people do like, especially on pork. Everybody likes the sweet heat.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll season that real good. So let's flip this over. At least both. Yes.
Forgot
both
I have
sides.
the gloves
There you
here.
go. Got to get it. Unless I can get dirt. I'm not scared.
I got this. Oh, this is hefty. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
I hope it would be. I don't want little.
So okay, full disclosure, I've never done anything with ribs before, so this is a first for me. For someone that's working with a meat like this for the first time, do you have any pointers? Is there something that we need to avoid, or just dive right in?
The only thing that I really do is most of the time the meat that comes out of the store is pretty good, but there's a membrane that's on the back side of this that kind of crisp up. I already removed it for everybody that comes out here. And we trim the fat a little bit. Sometimes you get there a little fattier, so if you want to trim your fat a little bit. But listen, most Cajun food, and we like the fat.
Yeah,
That's
good.
what
Did I miss a spot?
Yeah.
Thanks, Adam, for
all right, Adam.
pointing that out.
You up?
Your turn.
Let's get this going right here. The back side doesn't have to be as heavy, but the front side, we're going to really come with it, okay?
Cool.
Why do you want it to be heavier on the front as opposed to
well,
the
because
back?
it's going to stay, we're going to keep it on the bone side most of the time. And we may flip it just a little bit on that back side just to kind of grab a little heat and char it a little bit, but we're going to flip it back over and just let it cook that way the entire time.
Nice.
Now, what is your seasoning of? Is it like a secret blend or?
It just came out. It's actually I have a regular blend that's a Cajun seasoning, and basically it's the same. It's 7 different herbs and spices in there, and I added with some Louisiana cane sugar. So I try to keep it all. I'm a big Cajun fan. I keep it over here just like that in here in Louisiana.
Keeping it local too.
Keeping it local.
I know, Adam, use a heavy hand on this one because we gotta make it good.
That's right.
We like seasoning.
So listen, I'll say this: the crystals from the sugar is a little bigger than what you have. So sometimes you may have to come back.
Yeah, I was noticing.
There you go.
I was
and go in
noticing
there.
this too. This is a thicker seasoning.
Well, I was also going to say
it
almost looks like little beads coming out.
Yeah, your crystals that come out of there, that's what it is. That's I want to say they call it maybe a turbinado or whatever. I don't know what the technical name is for it, but it's from Louisiana, and I use the Louisiana cane sugar. I did a video with a guy who actually runs the sugar plant, and he's the one that gave it to me. And when we did that, I was like, oh my God, this is phenomenal.
This is gonna be delicious. We're gonna keep seasoning this. We're gonna start cooking this, but Coby's here for the whole show.
I got it.
So he's got us covered. Adam, do you have us covered in the weather? That's
well, that's gonna be the big question, because look at what we got new.
Welcome back. It is, oh my gosh, it's smelling so good in here. We have Coby Bailey, Captain Coby's Cajun Cooking. That's a
right.
tongue twister.
Yeah.
If we say
A
it
little
fast
bit, a little
enough.
bit.
But I love it. Okay, so we seasoned the ribs and the other pork meat that I can't remember. Was it a pork steak?
Pork steak, yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
learning, guys. How long do people cook that for? How long do you cook that
It depends.
for?
I cook mine for about 3.5 hours
Okay.
at a medium heat. And
Okay.
you let it go. I watch it. I do it on the pellet pit.
Okay.
But I just keep an eye on it, and when it's ready, we're ready.
Stay attentive to those
right.
grills, guys. Okay, so now this is, oh my gosh, what's going on over here?
So I wanted to bring one side in for the show
Yeah.
today, and one of the sides that I do that everybody absolutely loves is a cornbread dressing.
Okay.
So this cornbread dressing is just a little different. It's not your traditional cornbread dressing, kind of like what we do here in South Louisiana.
Yeah.
But I do mine a little different, and you can use it. It's kind of versatile. You can make it a stuffing,
Okay.
or you can make it a dressing.
Awesome.
All right. So. and if I-
What's in the pot right now? 'Cause
So
it
what I
smells
have,
amazing.
what I have in here is I have some ground chicken patties.
Okay.
So I have 4 chicken patties right here.
Oh,
If
that's
I make
what
a
that
big
is.
one, and I just brown it like you would brown
Yeah.
meat. Just cook it down, season it. We're gonna season here in just a minute with some Captain Coby's just to kind
Okay.
of give it that extra kick. And I make a jiffy cornbread. It's pretty simple.
That
Follow the
is
instructions
easy.
on the box. Mix this together. Got a little chicken broth. and we're
Why'd
gonna-
you go with chicken for this?
Well, on one of my videos, I had a guy come with me who was a chef, and we did this as a stuffing, and it was absolutely phenomenal. I say, man, I gotta learn how to do this. I really want to.
Yeah.
So,
You
being a
don't
fireman,
usually see chicken.
being a fireman, you learn so many different ways to cook from so many different people that
Yeah.
you learn so many different things that when I find something that I really like, I
You'll
gotta
stick
know
to
that one.
it.
Absolutely.
I do have to show you this. Look at this spoon.
It's been
gotta
through
have
some
it.
things.
Yeah, and like, is that like how it was actually made?
That's actually how it's made. So
That's
you can
really
so you
cool.
can scratch the bottom of
That's
that pot and get
genius.
it going.
Look at
Yeah, you
that.
see how
I
you
need to
got a
get me
little-
one of these.
Absolutely, that's what makes it. Well, when you're cooking, you get a little water in there. You
Yeah.
make your little gravy,
And then you
Okay.
can scratch up
and
the.
you just turn it on.
Oh
That's
my
right.
gosh. So we have roughly a little less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
So is anything else need to go in there?
Yeah, we need to put this cornbread in here.
Okay.
So we're gonna just dump this in here right quick, like.
And I love that you used the box cornbread.
It's simple.
Yeah.
That's what I tell you. Now you can make a traditional cornbread if you want. That's okay.
Well, who wants to do that? You know,
right?
That takes effort.
Hey, time is
It's
of
so
the
easy,
essence,
and this
especially
cornbread
on
is
4th of
sweet.
July.
So we just do
There's
that.
a crumb. I'm gonna try
And
it.
now you're adding some chicken broth
Let's put
in.
some chicken broth in here.
About how much of that do you usually do?
Well, you know, us Cajuns, how we cook, right? We just kind of
Just look
eye
with
that.
the
If we
eye.
need a little bit more after a while, then we're gonna make it happen.
It's always like, make sure that it's got enough
Exactly.
moisture
Yeah, my
in
pot's
there.
a little hot right here.
I love that you just eyeball everything. And now you're just kind of mushing
We're
it all
gonna mix
in
it all
there.
together. All right.
Is there a certain consistency that you're looking for?
So
with
if you're
this?
making the stuffing, if you can grab it and hold it upside down,
It's ready.
it's ready
Ah,
because you want it
okay.
to stick in
Okay.
there. If
Kinda
you're making
like
a dressing,
a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
exactly. If you're
You just
making
want it
it,
to
If you
stick.
know my history with the blizzard situation
Yeah.
where I dumped the whole thing out.
Please, if you dump this cornbread, Adam,
I will
No,
not
we're
do
not.
that.
That's right.
I
It's
will
not
not
happening
do
today.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
on.
they are not letting me near
So
this.
and as a dressing, you just want it a little looser. So we're just gonna add a little more in here and just
Yeah.
keep working that in there.
How long does this usually take you to cook in total, would you say?
I'll probably say about the cornbread takes 15 minutes, the brown your meat about 30 minutes, and then mix everything together. So about an hour.
Oh my
45 minutes.
There you
I'm
go.
excited. Captain Coby is going to be here for the whole show. You guys don't want to miss it. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this break. It's off on the outside, but we're heating up inside. Let me tell you, oh my gosh, we got hamburgers coming up. I'm so excited. You guys don't go anywhere. News 15 at noon continues after this. Welcome back. We're hanging out with Coby Bailey, Captain Coby's Cajun Cooking. I'm so excited. You're showing us how to make some good burgers today.
Yeah, I tell you what, this I've been playing around with this barbecue rub for quite a while, and instead of mixing 42 different kind of things in
Yeah.
there, we're gonna mix one.
I love that. Keep it super simple.
Keep it
Kiss it.
simple.
Kiss, K-I-S-S.
That's
All right,
right.
so we got the meat in here.
Yes, we got 2 pounds of ground chuck. I like
Oh,
ground chuck. It's an
okay.
Angus. It's an 80-20. You want to have a little fat in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give
You
it that
wanna
nice
also
juice.
have a good meat. You don't want to
Okay.
get the cheapest meat. It kind of doesn't taste that well.
That's what I do. Okay, I'm taking notes. I'm learning.
There you go.
everything,
That's right.
bro.
Get a good meat to start. But if you don't, it's okay. Sometimes it's times are tough.
Yeah.
You need to get a little bit cheaper meat. That's fine. this barbecue rub is gonna bring everything out that you need.
All right. How much of it should we put in there?
We're gonna put 1/3 cup to 2 pounds of meat.
1/3 of a cup to 2 pounds of meat. You
This
got that?
is-
It's gonna seem like a lot of seasoning.
But it's never enough.
Oh, there's definitely too much, but
This
that's
is
gonna
what
be
we're looking
perfect.
like. This, it looks like a lot when you're gonna put it in there, okay? And I like to do 1 egg with that as well.
I was
One
waiting to
egg.
do is 1 egg.
I was waiting for them to pull it up. Okay, there we go. 1 egg and
Look at
He
you.
didn't even get his fingers wet. I like it.
No.
Nice job right there, right?
And then you just mix it, right?
Just mix it all up.
Okay.
Best you
Y'all.
can. If you can try to grab some of that egg and move that with there, you might
Yeah,
want to
get
use
the-
2
get that
hands.
yolk.
Get in there. Get that seasoning in there mixed real well.
Okay. These might be a little uneven.
Oh no, they're gonna
Burgers.
be just
they're
right.
gonna be perfect, Taylor.
I agree.
Thanks, guys. And so, okay, you were telling me of a secret that you do when you make your burgers.
So what I do when I make my burgers, a lot of times when we make a burger, and I'm gonna try to explain that to you right here. Let me just grab a little bit of this so
Yeah.
I can show everybody. So when you grab your
Ooh, that's
meat
a
right
big
here.
burger.
So what you want to do is you want to grab something, and the right size for me is about the size of a baseball.
Okay.
So if you're looking at
That's a good visual
yeah,
for
just
people.
a good visual. You don't have to measure if you want to just good like that. And what I like to do is when I push my meat down, a lot of people, if you leave them like this, what'll happen is they'll get fat in the middle, they shrink in, and they
Yeah.
get fat at the top, right? And then you got all this bun and hardly
Is that
no
where
meat.
you put the thumbprint in? for the
Right,
burger?
exactly. So what I like to do with my burgers are I mush them as flat as I can, get them out there, okay, like this.
Now you could also do this as a fastball, throw it at a wall. And
Well, that's exactly right. And what I like to do, you do know I coach high school baseball, so I'm pretty good with that. So what we do is I just put a little bitty hole right here in the center. And what
Okay.
happens when you cook it, it closes that hole a little bit, right? And it doesn't puff
Yeah.
up tall. It just kind of stays flat. It may puff
And
a
then
little,
that
but
gives
it's
you
not
like
much.
a really big burger, too.
That's right.
that
This
is a huge burger.
Yeah, but listen, it's going to be just the right size. It's going to shrink a little bit.
Yeah.
But as it shrinks up, it's going to be just the right size for your bun, and we'll see that as we cook these up and get them ready to go.
Yeah, and how long do you grill your burgers for?
So when you make them thin like this, you don't have to cook them as long as you would a thicker
Okay.
burger, right? So right when you see this coming up right here, brown at the bottom a little bit, and some of the juice is coming, I flip it. And once you come to the top, and just your juices are just flowing a little bit, when you touch it and it's firm, they're ready.
It's good.
Now if you like them a little rare, then you could cook them a little
Yeah.
less.
Yeah.
If you like them a little, well done, you cook them a little longer. But a good medium burger, that's the best way to do it.
Well, you know what's been well done lately? Us, if we step outside with
That
these
is
hot
very
temperatures.
true.
I
But
agree.
luckily, we've been getting some rain to cool us off. What you tracking?
Well, more rain. In fact,
All right, welcome back. This is the final spread. These look delicious.
I thought you were going to say the final countdown, but
I mean, that could be that too.
Could be that too, that's
the
right.
final segment, that's for sure, which is kind of sad 'cause we learned a lot from you today.
Yeah, good.
Coby, thank you so much for coming on and sharing some grilling secrets for our friends at home. And you're also a firefighter here
I am a firefighter, yes.
in Lafayette, and it's 4th of July.
4th of July.
We were grilling here in studio today. A lot of people were going to be out there grilling. What do you guys see most common in regards to grill safety as firefighters?
Most of the time for the grill aspect of everything is unattended. So be careful with that when you do. Please check on your even with the science today, I mean, they can see their food on the grill, on their phone. I mean, all of those are nice, but the old traditional guys, I'm kind of traditional when I do barbecue. So keep an eye on it, because next thing you know, you inside, you're making a drink, get baseball games on, something's happening, you look
Yeah.
outside, your pit's on fire, next thing you know, your house is on fire over a simple,
Yep.
a couple
And
hamburgers,
What
right?
should people do if their pit catches fire? Because I feel like panic takes over in that moment.
It is. So you can try to, I wouldn't open it. If you do open it, you're going to feed it a little bit. You're going to give it some oxygen. It's going to burn even harder. You
Yeah.
can try and put it out with your water hose, but don't go get yourself burnt. Call 911. We usually within 4 minutes of that, we can stop it before it gets, all throughout your house. So, and I want to bring up too, so a lot of times people have the old gas grills and their little clicker don't work anymore. So they just out there and they talking and they turn it
light it
on and then they
themselves.
light it with their lighter and it burns them or they get a flash
Yeah.
burn. So listen, let your equipment work properly. Make sure it's working properly. Don't try to, go in there with your
Yeah.
lighters and everything else to kind of do those things. So make sure you're safe when you're operating all those things, especially on the 4th of July.
And also fireworks too. That's another really big thing. You
Unfortunately,
guys probably get calls all the time.
we had a call late last night, about 2 o'clock in the morning. People popping fireworks. One of the fireworks popped on the neighbor's home. It started smoking. They were mad at each other. Even though it didn't catch the house on fire, thankfully.
Yeah.
It could very well do that. There's a big thing going out on TikTok or Facebook right now where they popping fireworks. It goes into the big thing of fireworks, not far from where they popping fireworks. So be mindful. Pop fireworks out in the yard where you are, a good distance away from everything else. Pop safely. And I do want to reiterate that it is illegal to pop fireworks in the city of Lafayette.
Yeah, it is the case. So those unincorporated areas are okay though.
Unincorporated areas are okay, but listen, it hasn't rained in.
I was going to say, that's
Blame
a big
him.
thing too. With all the ground being dried, a lot of the plants don't have as much
Absolutely.
water, and that's going to be a big problem if you start, popping fireworks all over.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
take much to take off, especially when it's so dry like that. Even though we got a little bit of rain today, it's going to absorb
so
as much
dry.
rain that comes down as it can. It's going to still be dry.
And
So
I
don't
wanna
think just because of the rain.
mention, too, disposal of fireworks. People need to dispose of those properly as well.
Yes, I agree with that. So a lot of times when they shoot the fireworks off, sometimes they grab and put them in a bag. Some of those things are still kind of hot in there. You need to let that cool off before you. So let it sit overnight. If you're out where you at, let it sit, cool off. Make sure you got a good few hours before you actually put it in the trash can, the garbage can, because believe it or not, that has started some fires that way as well.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all,
I agree.
just stay safe out there today, whether you're shooting fireworks or grilling outside. Safety is key.
Or just go watch some of the fireworks
Yeah, go
displays
watch them.
around
The
town.
Exactly.
pros
So
do
much
it better.
easier. Yeah.
Guys, we're going to try some of this coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Delicious.
These burgers are so good. Y'all have nailed the seasoning, the recipe, everything.
I
How
thought
can
they had me
people
on camera.
find your videos? Because you make YouTube videos, right?
I do have a cooking show on YouTube. It's called Captain Coby's Cajun Cooking. We do kind of do step by step on how to cook Cajun food. I have not done the barbecue stuff just yet, but it won't be long. They will be out here pretty soon, especially
Y'all.
that recipe.
I am.
Look
This
at that.
is awesome.
Oh,
This
my
just
goodness.
falls right off the bone. Oh my goodness. Captain Coby, thank you so much
Thank you
for
all
for having me.
cooking with us on 4th of July. You guys be safe if you're grilling, if you're popping fireworks. Have a great day. We'll see you guys right back here tomorrow.
Happy birthday, America.
Happy 4th of July.